welcome bakers to At the Bench, presented by Craft to Crumb and Baking Innovation. I am your host, Richard Charpentier, certified master baker, bakery scientist, and owner of Baking Innovation. Get ready for some great insights as we interview bakers one-on-one. Today, I'm thrilled to introduce a truly remarkable guest, Chef Peter Yuen. Chef Yuen is an award-winning pastry chef with a career that began in his family's bakery and blossomed into an international journey. He trained under legendary Chinese master bakers in Hong Kong and later graduated from the world-renowned French pastry school in Chicago. Chef Yuen's career includes leading roles at the Four Seasons Hotel in Chicago and the Sofitel Water Tower before opening his own upscale bakery called La Patisserie P in 2004. A true master in his craft, Chef Yuen was a key member of the Bread Bakers Guild Team USA in 2008, winning first place in viennoiserie at the Coupe du Monde de la Boulangerie. He's also been recognized as one of the top 10 best bread bakers in America and continues to share his expertise globally as an international baking and pastry consultant. And it's an honor to have Chef Peter Yuen with us today. Hello, Peter. Good to have you at the bench. How are you today?
Really good. Really have to run around town, so on my day off to do a lot of errands, but good to be here.
Good to have you. Peter and I have known each other for several years while you were, I think, back in 2008 when you were training. So, Peter, you have a remarkable career. What inspired you to become a baker, and how did you get your start in the industry?
Well, it's kind of funny to put it this way. I was inspired to be kind of like the baker that my father was. And he kind of dared me to prove myself. And that's when I kind of like, okay, so how do I prove myself? And so something naturally gravitated to doing laminated dough. And I find that it was always easy for me to do croissants and anything laminated. So I kind of love to try to be the best I can be in that category. And from working at the Sofitel Hotel, where there were a couple of really VIP pastry chefs coming by from France, and they mentioned how good the croissant was at the hotel, it gave me the verification that that is what I think I could be great at. In fact, my chef instructor at the French pastry school, Jackie Pfeiffer, had many times over said, Peter, try to find your best thing in life and do the best you can. That way people can remember you. And croissant was one of the big things. I didn't know at the time, but it really paved my future. It was fun to finally get recognized through competition, winning the spot on the U.S. baking team in 2008 and came in first place even. So that was really set the tone that maybe I do like this craft and I like to spread knowledge of certain part of it to others. Yeah.
Thank you. And it seems like your career led you into the croissant, as you mentioned, lamination, and which leads to my, with all your experience, especially of the Coupe du Monde de la Boulangerie, placing first and your expertise. What do you see now with La Patisserie P, with your own shop in Chicago? What are some of the trends or innovation that you see? And a secondary sort of question tied to it, what do you sell the most in your bakery?
Actually, I would think that I did a lot of groundwork to really try to have more people know how to do the basics of lamination. And over the decade that after my competition days, I was able to go to over 35 countries And most noticeable was in Germany, was in Italy, was in France, Spain. All the European countries really sought me out to get better at certain process of lamination. Now, because of that low countries that are traditionally strong in lamination, it took a lot of effort to convert them into newer techniques and a little bit more innovation of how to think to do certain things that they've been doing it all their lives. Like I said, I basically try to teach others to think outside the box a little bit on the lamination process, how to get it more efficient, how to anticipate the outlook of the product. And so that also lead to innovation in some other technique where, I designed a product that's basically, you have the regular layers and I cross cut and put it on top. I call it cross lamination. And so you have two different direction of layers. And right now it's all over the world. Everybody's either topping exactly or even make it better. That have a lot of satisfaction in it. Now, as far as trending goes, I see that in commercial bakery, in any size, laminated product right now is the hottest product out there besides donuts. Donuts is also very hot, but when you say bring in some trendy idea, laminated product just really does bring in customer into your door. Overall, I think with the people still, from artisan to high production, high volume bakery, laminated dough can satisfy in each and every level. In fact, if I were to do consulting full time, company that can have investment in the laminated dough equipment from semi-automatic to fully automatic, they really can capture the trend. And I myself would definitely love to see more of that coming to the market.
Is there products that people can come in your shop and try it?
Yes, obviously the classic is the standard butter croissant. Most people are familiar with that. So any filling croissant looks like, when you bite into it, it's got a really nice creamy filling. People just go, oh, we got to try something like that. Another thing that most people don't pay attention is using laminated dough to feature a sandwich or a burger. Those really bring in high ticket market product. And that is going to be the trend. That is going to be the trend that the artisan bakery or a bakery that already have a full automated line of lamination can do. And so that's what's capturing the newest trend out there.
That makes me hungry just to think about all those a nice sandwich made with laminated. When you already have the fat with anything you can put, it'll taste delicious.
Right.
And moving on to our last question of the at the bench, with your years of experience in the industry, the competition, you mentioned 36 countries that you've been to. What advice would you give to someone just starting out in the industry? What word of advice would you share?
Using my own experience to speak is to try to get your basic skill level very sound first. Everything goes back to the basic. If your basic isn't sound, from knowledge base to technical base to whatever, equipment base, mechanically based, you need to understand, let's just say, ingredient, such as I'm from Chicago, I live in Chicago. We have full season weather. So therefore, when it's in the summer, you need to make sure that the hydration isn't too much like you do it in the winter time. And then obviously get good with your hand, get that muscle memory going. So that's something for people that coming in, knowing what they need to know, basic, and then start to accumulate recipes. I was told once by a very respected pastry chef, Stanton Ho. He told me that start collect recipe. Although you might use 2 recipes out of the 10, you find out why you love those 2 recipes more than the other 8. there's a reason for it.
That's great advice. I think it's very important to understand the principles. I always say the principles of baking, or the basics of why you're doing things and how to make it work on the consistent level every day in a shop. I have to say it was a pleasure having you today, to be able to ask you questions and to learn more about your background and you sharing advice with people. So thank you very much for listening to At the Bench today, and we'll see you on the next episode. Thank you.
Thank you.
For all of your product development needs, think of Baking Innovation. We are your ultimate team of bakery experts, scientists, engineers with over 120 years of experience, from technical support to education, science, and process efficiency. We've got every aspect of your baking needs covered with unparalleled results. So give us a shot.